Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings. How are you doing today? I think Graham's going to come and join me in a minute. He's just gone to do something. Anyway, congratulations to Samantha Markle. Yes, I did see, I have heard. Very good. It looks to me like it's quite a long process, especially as they say that the ultimate hearing, I think, is in October of this year. I dare say there'll be a few more twists and turns, legally speaking. I'm not familiar with the case. But it's hopeful, isn't it? I think the American legal system is very, very different to our legal system in the UK. And tonight what I want to talk about is why I am such a stickler for legalities. Really? Hello, you've come to join us.
I have.
I subscribe to a channel, and I think you do as well.
I'll tip that down a bit. Let's just get a bit of a better angle.
See how professional we are. We always like to do this on the video.
There you go.
We both subscribe to a channel. I didn't know you subscribed to him until just now.
Yeah.
History Debunked.
Old guy with the moustache. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
He's not that old, Graham.
I get it. Well,
he's probably about 8 years older than you. Anyway, he's very sweet. He's very level-headed. He's very decent. And he talks a lot of sense, and I like him. I don't watch all of his videos because I've got so many videos to watch, but I watched one today where he was talking about legalities, and I completely agree with him. Now, the reason that I want to make absolutely certain that Christopher Boozy was being paid by Meghan and or Harry, and I want it nailed down, is partly for legal reasons. And I don't care if Chris Boozy in the past has said, yes, she was a client of mine, because he might be lying. He says one thing one minute and another thing another minute. He double backs. I don't find him an honest person. I don't think he's very honest. I don't trust what he says. And now, I don't know what the laws in America are like. Perhaps in different states it works in different ways. But here in Europe, where I live, it's really fucking strict. And you can stand to lose everything in a lawsuit. And I will not do that. You can also, I had someone who commented who said, no YouTuber has ever been arrested or gone to prison. Well, Graham's son is in prison right now for having had a YouTube channel. Now, if I can just say one thing in Richard's defence, because we haven't spoken to Richard, but we do speak to his partner quite frequently. Now, what she's explained is it was his channel was anti-state of Israel, anti-politicians. That is a very different thing to being anti-Semitic. And we still don't know what he did. We've never seen any of his videos. We were horrified. My daughter follows several YouTubers, one of which is TGF. And they've got loads of subscribers, millions, haven't they?
About 5 or 6 million now.
5 or 6 million subscribers. Now, they're a couple of idiots and they do all sorts of stupid things. I mean, one of them polyfilled a microwave to his head and the emergency services had to come. They're real clickbaiters, but they have been arrested. They have been brought before the courts. There are many YouTubers who have. And that's what History Debunked today was saying. Now, let's put legalities aside. Even if those laws didn't exist, I still would not want to go out on a limb and say something about somebody unless I am 100% certain that that is true. Because that's called being a decent person. You just can't say, I mean, we may all know something in our heart or feel something in our heart. I feel that I suspect Meghan and Harry have paid Chris Boozy to run one of the biggest online bullying campaigns, and that literally millions of people have been on the receiving end of bullying and their mental health may have been affected, and I don't like that. But I don't know that for a fact. And even if the laws didn't exist, I still wouldn't say it as a fact because it wouldn't be right to do that. I'm also not familiar enough with Samantha Markle's case to really comment on it. All I know is what I read in the newspapers or I see online from other YouTubers and other people of the decision that's just happened. And when she goes on Dan Wootton, but I suspect she's very limited on what she can say. What do you feel about just saying stuff on the internet about people?
Well, you can't do it. I don't make videos. I mean, I know there's been a few people out there make videos about me, slagging me off, but
Here we go.
I don't make videos about
Let it go,
other
mate.
people.
Let it go, all right?
I would never...
As Elsa would say.
Someone will slag me off, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care, but I wouldn't go out my way and say something about someone unless I could prove it was true, you know. I think you can say you suspect something or you suspect this. Or
It
you
can
suspect
be a
that,
very
but
fine line. Very fine line.
Even that can be dodgy, you know.
It can be. I mean, Nate the lawyer said the other day that in America it's very hard to get a defamation case off the ground. Now, it's difficult in the UK to get a defamation case
It's
off the
expensive
ground.
as well, very expensive.
I mean, in our case, I represented us. We didn't have a lawyer, and I won, and I won, and I won, and I won. And finally, I got them to agree to meet us for mediation, basically. And I was so aged by the process.
The stress.
Even though I was winning, every court hearing, I mean, I didn't have a grey hair before that happened. And I'm talking 2014, 13, 14.
Neither did I.
And you came with me to court to a lot of those hearings, and they were very, very stressful, weren't they? Very stressful. And even though we won, and we had a slam dunk case, it probably cost us about £8,000, even just in court fees, charges, and stuff like that.
When we finally got a lawyer, he wanted £300 an hour.
Yeah. And I gave him £3,000 cash, and I said, great. The defendants have agreed to meet us for mediation. That's all I wanted from the beginning. It was never about the money. Hired this lawyer.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
And it all went wrong.
Carry on.
I wish I'd continued representing myself. Anyway, we won in the end. But it was a very stressful thing. It is difficult to get it off the ground, but it is even easier to end up on the receiving end of it if you're not very careful. And what History Debunked today was talking about was the case of Lord McAlpine and a particular tweet by a particular person, I won't say who, and I'd read the tweet. I didn't do Twitter, but my mum had said, have you seen what this woman said on a thing called Twitter? And I read the tweet, and to me it didn't seem that strong what she'd said. It was quite harmless. She'd sort of said, why is his name trending? And apparently, History Debunked, because I didn't follow the case, he said that ended up costing her dearly. She had to pay a lot of money. So you can land yourself in very hot water. Look at Alex Belfield. He is in prison right now. In fact, that was the name of History Debunked's video today, was using Alex as an example.
Yeah.
And aside from that, as I've already said, it's not a nice thing to do to anybody. Not even Meghan. Not even Meghan.
But you should go and check out History Debunked channel. It's very good. Very good. I got that information the other day about the anti-aircraft guns.
Oh, did you?
They're firing loads of anti-aircraft guns at the German bombers over London. And most of the shells finished up smashing people's houses and killing people in London.
That's terrible.
Did more damage than the Luftwaffe.
Really?
According to History Debunked. And that's what he said.
He's a very level-headed guy. Yeah. He's the sort of guy, you can have a morning coffee with.
We'll have to get him on for live.
I don't know if he does lives. I really don't know. So, I do continue with my quest. And my point in my video the other day when I showed Google Trends is that why is it that when I do a search on Google Trends for Kate Middleton, and the reason I put the name Kate Middleton, because somebody said that wasn't her correct title, she was the Duchess of Cambridge, la la la. Google doesn't care about that. Google doesn't care about correct terms. When people use Google, it's because they don't know much about the person. So a lot of people search Kate Middleton. So I'm looking for search terms, not correct royal terms. When I search Kate Middleton on a global Who's been searching the most? What have they been searching under her name over the last 5 years? When I see Sarah Rose Hambury at the top, that means that Google have detected an awful lot of searches. Now, I would suggest that doesn't sound natural to me. Why are billions of people on planet Earth searching Sarah Rose Hambury? Sarah,
I didn't even know who she was.
Until tonight.
Until she told me. I went, oh, right.
Kate Middleton, wedding dress, tiara, Her Majesty the Queen, that I could see. So that to me looks like an unnatural result in Google Trends. That's what's been the top. To me, that's paid trolls or bots. It's got to be. Now, who paid for those bots? Who paid for those trolls? And why? That's another question. And I do feel that I'm getting warmer. And there are things going on.
I might think I know, but I couldn't possibly comment.
Yeah, that's a good line. And updating on other things, Wally is waiting for her new router to arrive, which arrives, I believe, on the 16th of this month. So that might explain a few things.
We think her internet's gone down.
Well, she's replacing it because they were charging her so much money for it. But I think she may have other places she can go to be online to upload. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But she's actually sent me a message via somebody else tonight to explain. So keep checking there. I can put a link to her Patreon account in the bottom. The one that she's got lots of content on, because she's still got two and I'm not sure exactly which is which. But you can at least have the link, save the link, check it out, and then when we're absolutely certain. And also the Tymo ring, I swear to God, they're not paying me. They're not paying me at all.
I wish they were.
One of you guys said you found it, but it was £80-something on Amazon.co.uk. That's the wrong one. If you can chat to them for a minute, I'll go and get it, and then I can show them what it looks like.
Go and get it.
It's 35 or 39 euros here in Spain, so it'll be about 30 quid in the UK. Hang on a minute.
She used to have to get her hair straightened. And it was very difficult to find someone who could do it properly because they have to put chemicals on it. And anyway, she's just got this thing now. She just combs it with it and she goes, wow, look at that. Brilliant. So if anyone knows the people who actually make this thing, tell them we'll sponsor them.
Yeah, the funny thing is,
they can sponsor me. I
the
mean,
funny
either
thing
way
is,
around.
she was so scared to use it for the first time. She had
Let
to
me
get
get out
me
the way.
to do it.
There with a light background. So it's effectively it's a hairbrush with a hot plate in the back. It's not plugged in now.
But it
it's
goes on your hair like that, so it goes through.
And it literally takes 10 minutes. And the only because someone else said, why do I have to buy one of them? I'm not saying for a moment that you all have to go out and buy one. Don't, unless you want one. I just thought if anyone else out there has tangly hair, that's the thing, my hair, it's not just curly, it actually gets cots, and I have to cut the cots out, and it's quite painful. So for me, if anyone else out there suffers like that, this is great. It's great. It just takes the work out of it, and it's changed my life. It really has.
Yeah, exactly.
I really should work for them, shouldn't I? I really should. Anyway, so that's all. That's the update for today. We have got a storm which is coming, and we're going to be stuck in the house for the next 2 or 3 days until Monday, I believe. And I think the weather on Monday is not going to be great either. We've got gale force winds coming. So I'll probably be doing some DIY in the house over the next few days. As always, love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And as soon as I've got any concrete proof, believe me, you guys will be the first to know. You will, I promise. As always, thank you for listening.